Hello everyone, Wise Guy Jesse here, and today I am playing Don't Starve. I had a couple of videos I was gonna say you saw on YouTube if you subscribed to me that I ended up posting saying that I didn't have much videos going on because I was busy and stuff. I thought I'd be able to upload videos this week a little bit, though there's a slight problem where promised the neighbor I was gonna help he wants his one whole fence all restained, so I have to go through with a power washer, wash all the dirt off this, and then go back through and paint everything. And it sounds pretty easy and stuff, but I mean he said he's gonna pay me a decent amount of money. I'm supposed to be getting paid by the hour. But then I go out there to start washing, and right now I spent 6 hours on washing the fence total, and only have half of the outside of the fence washed. So it's taking a little longer than I thought, so there's will probably be a less recording than I thought I would have time for. But I mean, I do have breaks in between because the power washer, I found out yesterday that if you try to wash for over 3 hours straight, the power washer just dies. And so I've kind of have breaks in between to keep it from dying again. And so like right now I'm actually taking a break between it because the extension cords don't reach that far. So yeah, so that's the whole thing of catching everybody up. Is I don't know if I'll have a whole bunch of videos up this week. I'm trying to have, since I have this little break right now, try to get maybe episode 2 recorded of Don't Starve. So yeah, I already have one saved, but don't care for that. This whole thing's that I got that one Reign of the Giants add on to it, and it's pretty nice and stuff in my opinion. You see that I have played it a little bit. Those guys you're supposed to unlock in like some normal mode or something. Those are part of the Reign of the Giants pack. Trying to think who I would like to have, because I kind of like having Weber. He has it, you can see he's a monster, so he has, if you've played, you've seen how they got pig people on here, the little pigmen guys. You can run up to them, and if you feed them enough food, they actually will follow you around and help you. If you punch a tree, they'll go off and start punching trees. If you punch a rock, he'll go off and start punching rocks and stuff. Well, they have Weber. He's kind of like that way with spiders. Only thing is spiders aren't as smart, so you go and you can feed them like monster meat, and that will make it so the spider will follow you. So it's kind of nice if you want to make an army of spiders. But I mean, besides that, he doesn't have much use. They have, I think so far one of my favorite ones is going to be Willow, just because they kind of have the whole they're immune to fire damage. They have that lighter and stuff like that. I don't know, it's between the Willow and the Librarian. They kind of like the Librarian because of how I say that she knows many things. So at the beginning of this, when you first start, normally you'd have barely any idea of how to make things. You have to build the machines, like science machine, all that stuff. Well, if you start with the Librarian, she knows a whole bunch of stuff, so you don't have to build as the machines to learn them. So that's one thing that's somewhat nice. I found out that also this guy here, he is really useful in the Reign of the Giants. Well, I mean, he's useful, and at the same time he has bad part. That Reign of the Giants, that add on to it, it seems to rain like every single day, like all the time, and so all your stuff soaks, and as you can see, damaged by water. So when it starts raining, he starts losing health real fast. But then if you put the settings so it doesn't rain as often, there's a lot of says that you could be upgraded with gears, and that ends up being really useful because in that Reign of the Giants, there is a lot of gears that you can get from killing certain items and stuff. There are mechanical things in it. There's like a lot more monsters, and I think more of them drop gears, so it's easier to get those. And I can't remember off the top of my head how far up his one health and all that stuff can go, but it does go up there pretty high up stuff. I think he go up to like a max of like 20 gears, and each gear gives him another another 10-15 health or something, and food and all that stuff to him, like the hunger powers and all that. So he could get up there, so he could be really high up. But again, the thing is the whole damage by water. But I think I'll go with him. When I go to this, I always like I know how you're supposed to keep the settings normal and all that, but that water is a pain. Let's see what else was there. I kind of want long days because, I mean, if you're watching this, you're probably not hoping to have a whole bunch of watching nighttime waiting there and doing nothing kind of thing. You want to see more of the stuff to it, and so I put shorter or very short winters. I put short summers. My favorite time in the game is autumn time, like the spring or autumn kind of thing, because it's kind of, the days are decent size. When it gets to summertime, that Reign of the Giants add-on makes it so your person can actually like burn up in the sun, so that's kind of a pain. There, you can see, flipping through here, some things that are somewhat new, like you got big old pieces of ice. I know you could eat the ice, but I'm not sure if there's anything else. There's tumbleweeds. I know if you break a tumbleweed down, if you actually catch one, it drops like something like 4 or 5 grass tufts. There's moles in it. You know, you can get those. Cactuses. I forget if, I think the magic right here ends up adding it. It's one of these things where if you cook it, it makes it so if it's like daytime, if you cook it in the fire, it makes it so it's also an evening time. Your person passes out to evening. If you eat it, then the whole day passes by. So it was something that's kind of useful. Let's see what else. There's beaver like people. I think they're kind of like pig people. I'm not 100% sure on that. I haven't ran into any of them. I know raccoons, those you could feed like petals and stuff like that, and they'll throw up random items that you could use, and some of them can be quite useful. Penguins show up during winter time, I know that. Let's see. I'm guessing that's gonna be like the penguin or the one pig people also. I know these guys are. I ran into them one time, but I'm not sure if they're passive or aggressive, because I was Weber at the time, and Weber is friendly to spiders, but other guys don't like them. There's those horse people I was talking about. They drop gears a lot, so they're gonna be useful. I know these things, when they open up, it looks like a little flower opens up and it's an eyeball, and it actually starts hitting you. And that Realm of the Giants part is, I know those two are giants because one time I ended up making a whole bunch of these in a map, so I could cook them and eat them and stuff like that, make a whole bunch of days go by just to see what would happen. And I went up to like 30 something days, and a couple days before that time, these things showed up, but since I was Weber, they weren't aggressive to me. And this thing is like a giant tree stuff. I'm not sure if that's a giant too. I think those 3 and that one is also a giant, but it might not. I'm not 100% sure though on that. But you can see that just flipped a couple things around. Didn't switch anything with like the foods and all that stuff. Most of the time I do okay with foods. Let's see how well this goes. So since I have it set to larger days, I'll be able to run around a little bit more. one of my tactics to the game is I will go off and I will spend the first couple of days running around and trying to find a village of pigmen. If you have a village of pigmen, they will protect you, kind of, or I guess they're not going to protect you a whole bunch, but if something comes near them, they'll attack. So that's kind of useful. And there's one of those moles already. Okay. Go off and grab some twigs. Those are going to be really useful for when it comes to building our tools. You always need twigs. I've had this whole problem of every time I seem to play. It seems that if I don't have one, if it's like, I'll always run out of one item, and then of course when I go off and find a whole bunch of that one item, I run out of the next item. So just gotta kind of run around the first day. It's mostly the whole gathering part. Grab some grass while I'm thinking of it. So when it becomes the night time, I will have stuff for fire. I'm starting to notice I have like some noticeably lag. I think it's because of the whole recording part. So I also have a habit of when I play this game that I go off and I will try to I focus too much on building like a base or something like that instead of building the one there's that music. I don't know why that music seems to kick on and off all the time when I play this. But I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, it's like, oh yeah, I remember. It's like when I build bases, I end up focusing too much on like trying to decorate it, kind of thing, like make the ground out of like the cobblestone stuff. Here's a path. I always like taking these because you move much faster on these. Good thing is I don't believe these actually help monsters move fast, so if you're being chased by like tall birds or something like down here, you just take the trail and you run, and you'll outrun them real easy. Let's see where this goes. This trail, it looks like it's going to have like 2 different ways, and most of the time when I run along these trails, I always end up with like a pig village, so I always take the trails. And if we're lucky, the pig village will have the pig king guy where you go up and trade with him and he'll give you gold. And that gold's really useful for going and building science things. This is one of those new biomes that they have in that Reign of the Giants pack. It just adds in these new trees, but when you chop them down you still get wood. And there's that raccoon guy. Or I guess in this they call it like a cat-coon or something. Oh. This right here should be something useful to remember. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I remember that there's supposed to be this thing that's showing up on here. He spawns at night here. And so you can, if you had a certain item, you could actually make it so they follow you. Oh, I see the pig people. This right here is like a caved in spot where you break that. And now you can actually run down into like the underground caves. Might as well grab that grab crank thing. Is this the pig village? Yeah. Oh, and we actually have the pig king here. So that's gonna be useful. Okay, that's not something I'll trade. He trades some items around. Okay, let's see. Oh crap, I about stepped into that. Probably even looking. Oh, I want to go for bigger trees. whole bunch of cooking to this. Might as well grab a carrot. You could always use more food. Yeah, they turn off their lights when you run by. See, as soon as you leave the area, the lights go back on. I think those like spike trees only drop like, what was it? I think it drops only like twigs or something like that. So nothing of major importance. I'm gonna be stuck with all these stumps laying around until I get a shovel. I'm already plant those, and I have to run back to this camp really fast because I'm gonna toss out a fireplace. I should go off and harvest all the grass right now because it'll grow back in a couple of days. And so if I harvest it now, I'll have a surplus of it and then give it time to grow back instead of waiting and then picking it later on and then have to wait a while for it to grow back. Just trying to grab the farther ones first. Okay. There's some seeds. Might as well cook up food. I always need food. When I was picking this character, you can see it said like he's not a picky eater, and that part is because it's if I remember correctly, they have, what was it? He's not picky eater because like food after a while it goes stale and all that. This guy, even if the food's stale, he'll still eat it. He won't care. Come on, daytime. I don't want to toss another log on the fire because it would be kind of a waste of a log. I prefer to keep the grass stuff for other things. See what all there is. A lot of stuff will be made with that, but first I need gold. Okay, let's see if I can remember how to open them. That's the sinkhole area. That is a wormhole up here. And if you've never seen wormhole stuff, I remember the first time I saw one of those, it scared the crap out of me because, you know, it opens his mouth, there's all these teeth, and you're like all panicked. You jump into one, and it takes you to the other side of the world. And it's sort of a nice way to go from place to place. So if you take all the resources from one area, you could jump into that and then it'll take you to the other side. And gotta keep my one sanity up, because if it goes down too far, my person will start seeing things and it's going to make the game a little bit more difficult to survive. So one of the things I do need to grab a lot more of is some more rocks. Walrus camp. I feel like I should be somewhat worried about that. I haven't ran across one of those before. I feel like it's gonna be like walrus people. there's another path thing here. This will just help us run along a little bit more. Oh, I guess it ended already. This is like the savannah area. I find rocks a lot more in savannah areas, so nice we're running around here. Unless it's the end of the map right here. You can see they got collapsed rabbit holes. Those are part of that Arena of the Giants add-on pack thing. This makes it so it's a little bit more challenging to actually get food. Start to run up this way. So I somewhat kind of want to keep track of how long or how far the day has gone, because I do not want to be stuck trying to run all the way some far distance to get to the wormhole. I think the way to go over there is going to be going up and around this way. I don't know, I might be wrong. Huh. It's a strange looking guy. Some kind of goat. I really want to go around over there and see what's going on. Bones. You can see the vultures. These guys are interesting looking. I'm guessing they chew up the ground or something. Explain why it's all patchy. See, quite far distance away. There's one of those tumbleweeds, but I don't really want to go after it. I'm here and grab this flint. I'm gonna grab these carrots. Carrots will help out a good bit when they're cooked. There's another collapsed rabbit hole. I was hoping to find some more rocks. I need more rocks. They have the fireplace that I made was this little one-day fireplace. I need that fireplace so I could actually have it stay there and I could go back and reuse it over and over again. That's interesting. Show up and that guy throws up as soon as I show up. Let's run down this way. But those evil flowers, those are not good to pick at all, because those will end up making your sanity drop quite fast. I want to go run around and do something, but I mean, there's not much I could do. So go ahead and eat those before they get too much like badness to them, I guess. Might as well take out the spiky trees. Those don't really look that good, so. So that was a bird. I was sitting there seeing a black object wiggle around. I thought it was a spider. Oh crap. I'm meant to be cooking these, not eat them. Yeah, Those little raccoon guys are somewhat useful to have around, because they will go off and they will actually go and they'll like hunt down birds and stuff like that sometimes and kill them. Every once in a while, I think they catch the birds though. I know they go after butterflies a lot. And one of the things I have to use a lot when it starts to rain. That's great having little eyeballs stare at you, but if I actually turn the fire and put a whole bunch of logs in it so it brightens up the whole place, you'll see that there's like nothing there. Oh great, now it's raining. See, there's actually nothing there. You can kind of see the light pointing. See this one too, there's nothing there, it's just part of the sandy dropping. You see. You have to try to remember what petals do. Petals, when you pick them, it boosts your sanity, but if you eat them, it does boost your health. It looks like it's gonna be a rainy day. What is this? Fashion mellow? Sounds interesting. Yeah, I forgot that sink over there. They have bats that live in it, and once you open up, like those bats actually start running around and stuff. So that just helps out with this whole thing. If I remember that, it's like the most powerful weapon in the game, but you see you have to kill a glommer for it, and glommer is like how they have the normal version. Every time you kill like a rabbit and stuff, you get like bad karma or something like that. And this one, same thing happens, but killing a glommer drops like it automatically summons like this dragon beast thing, and that thing chases you and starts to attack you. I think the glommer, even though you kill it, it will still aggressive sanity protects you from rain. They have, you know, as I'm trying to say, that glommer, it's like makes the dragon thing come after you. It's easier to take on towards the beginning because after like so many days, 2 of the dragon things will spawn, and after so many more days after that, 3 of them will spawn, and I think it goes up from there over and over. So if you're going to have something take you on, or you feel like taking them on, then it's probably best to do it then. Trying to see if there's anything on the map that's showing up that would be useful. Trying to think, I got a decent amount of food, I just need a whole bunch of stones. It's just one that would be somewhat useful for if I have plants. This is great, having a whole bunch of ore. Well, I guess there's a rock. Yeah, he's even taking damage. A little tiny now. This guy takes a while to dry out too. think there's like a one umbrella you can make at some point to help keep water off you, but I mean it only works when you're not already soaked with water. And you can see right now how I even have it set to less rain, and it's still raining. And so you can tell that when it's on normal, that rain just goes non-stop all the time. Yeah, you can see everything's turning to wet stuff, and they'll later have soggy and all that stuff. Oh, this is great. You can see that the alchemy machine is now an alchemy engine. It takes the two doodads right here. You need to make 2 of those, so it still takes gold to make, but it's less gold than what it was. I think the other time was like 6 gold. Is that water? Yeah, water levels are still going up. So I need to grab some more wood so I can actually build a fire. Yeah, so yeah, this is how the game goes most of the time. Just a whole bunch of try to hide out somewhere, because there's gonna be a whole bunch of rainy stuff. You can see it's shivering right now, showing it's getting cold, which later on in a few minutes actually will probably take effect, where once you get like so much water on you, your person starts to freeze, and like your screen starts to have like, ice build around the outside of it, and you start to take damage from that. And then you can easily counter it from building a fire, but I don't want to waste a whole bunch of wood. And I think I'll go ahead and wait till I survive throughout this night, then the next day I'm going to have it set, or end the episode. So it's going to be like episode 1 here, so you can kind of see it's kind of slow start, and it's going to be somewhat of a pain to try to figure out where there's going to be gold at. I can see there's rocks around there, so I might have to run back through there to get the gold, because, and I can remember down here are those goats. And I heard them build a fire real fast. I found it the hard way. When this starts to turn night, I try to wait till the last second to toss out the fireplace, so that then I can save up wood more. It turns out when it turns nighttime, and if you try to place something out, it will end up disappearing. Like, I had it where I was out in the dark, and I tried to throw out a fireplace. All the material is gone. Like, it's not even dropped on the ground. It just disappears. And so it is kind of frustrating when that happens, because then you just lost all of the stuff you were working for. Well, the good news is that the heart is going back up. I'm kind of glad that, like, this place has the wormhole right behind it back there somewhere, and that bat cave over at that sinkhole is somewhat far away, because last place I was at, the sinkhole was closer, and there's like 5 bats that fly out there, and they don't attack you, they just circle you. And with each circle they make around you, your sanity drops really fast, and your person basically will go insane really, really fast, because it just drops like a rock kind of thing. And if you attack one, they all start to swarm you, attack you. Okay. Go ahead and pick the flower. Try to get the sandy back up. because I don't want to wait too long and have my person go insane. Just pick flowers, help your insanity. Yeah, it helps out by 5. Okay, that's helping a whole bunch. And I could eat those to get my health back up from the whole ring thing. Now if I only get a whole bunch of flowers. That's not gonna be good. And you can follow all these trails and it'll point out to... It'll take you to, I think it's like this weird dog thing. But anyway, so yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. Guys, go ahead and leave a comment if you guys are liking the series so far, if you want to see more, or if it's probably not, if it's not that interesting, then I'll probably end up ending it if I don't get a whole bunch of people liking the series. But it will get more fun as it goes along. You see like the grass already grew back. But before I waste too much of this day, I'll go ahead and push the whole save and quit thing, because if I sit there explaining the whole time, I'm just going to make the whole day go by, and I'm going to end with myself being without food, all that stuff, not being prepared. And I was also gonna say, I forgot that it was a video I was doing earlier. I was gonna have a Dota video. I was playing Dota 2 earlier. But what ended up happening was, when I was playing stuff, it was just, the match wasn't going that well, and like at the very beginning, I already died like 2 times within like, I think 15 or 20 minutes. And it was all because of that stupid Luna on there with its laser beams. I'm like, crap, it comes flying out of the sky. I got stuck with Luna and that vengeful spirit will go from my lane, and I'm being Slark. And so if you are going against me, you know both of them have like stuns that last like 2 seconds or something. So if both of them hit you, you get stunned for like 5 seconds, I think, or something like 4 or 5 seconds. And then within those 4 or 5 seconds, you can't do anything, and they just sit there and just beat the crap out of you. And Luna with her beams that do hundreds of damage each hit just destroy me over and over again. But then when I stopped recording, of course, then I start to go, and I got a whole bunch of kills and just destroyed the enemies. It's just a matter of my guy getting leveled up. But yeah, so I was going to say, in that video, I'm saying that I was thinking of doing some Terraria, have a series of that going too, just so I could kind of rotate through the games, because they have, if I start to play one game a whole bunch, then it's going to end up like the whole Mountain Blade series, where it kind of got a little boring and stuff. It's kind of repetitive, and then if we go on to one of the if I don't play the game for a while, I could probably jump back into Mountain Blade a little bit, but I'm probably going to start a new character on stuff and have that stuff go hard if I ever go back to it. It's somewhat tempting, but I think I want to stay on Guild Wars stuff. I did find out that if you go to that Guild Wars wiki site, you could find, it actually has a timer there telling you what times things are going to go off, so I could try to plan when to go and get Shatter on camera and record me going against him, and also to Colt. I have to go get him. I actually did have a time, I kind of wish I was recording, but they had a Colt match, and we actually beat Colt, and that was really, really nice, because then you get like a whole bunch of treasures and a whole bunch of stuff from them, a whole bunch of good things basically. So yeah, I'll have all that be coming up sometime soon, and I do plan that once I do the major world bosses, anyone could leave a comment on the video saying like what other bosses they want to see me go against, if they want me to go against any, If not, I'm probably will go off and probably like messing around and doing like little stupid things just to see what happens, kind of thing. Like one of them is I have a tonic that turns me into a little yak, and so I was half tempted of turning into that and just like roam around the area just to see what people would do. Because I've seen in like World versus World, I've seen people where they'll turn into like a yak and be walking around, and then one of the other teammate will come running up to him, and then they'll turn into a yak, and then eventually you have a whole yard of yaks from all different teams just walking all around in the middle of a World versus World match where everybody's killing each other. So I was kind of thinking it'd be fun to go ahead and mess around and see what would happen if you turn the yak, run around the place. Sure, that would be tons of fun. So anyway, so thanks for watching everybody. If you enjoyed, go ahead and hit the like button. Leave any comments about anything you want to see me try to go for in this series. If there's like certain things, like try to go out against certain bosses and all that stuff. Also, I would prefer if you had a comment about one of the other games like Dota 2, if you want to see one of those characters, me play one of them. Then I guess go to like the Dota 2 video I have up. Leave a comment there. Guild Wars if you want to see me go against certain like mini bosses like Jungle Worm, Flame Elemental, any of those like somewhat minor bosses. I guess leave a comment there and all that stuff. Also, you could find in those videos the stuff like how to add me as a friend on those games, in case anyone feels like it would be a whole bunch of fun to join in with doing all that stuff. Because the more people who have like that Guild Wars thing I was saying about becoming a yak and run around, the more people who join in with that, the more likely people will follow along. If they see a couple people being yaks walking around, everybody else will start to join in. And so that will be somewhat fun. And then also you get to join in and be on YouTube kind of thing. Even though there's probably won't be a whole bunch of views and you won't become famous overnight or anything, but it'll be fun still. So thanks for watching everybody. If you enjoyed, go ahead and hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would appreciate if you did. And I guess I will see you guys next time for whichever video I end up feeling like going for. Or game, I guess, not video. So see you later, and bye.